Are you oblivious to the fact that you might have the wrong people on board, but you might think they're the right people on board? My name is Adel, and I'm the author of the book Skill Up As You Scale Up. One of the challenges startup leaders face is the certainty that they have the right people on board until they find out that they don't. One of the challenges I've been through many times, asking myself the question, am I the right person to get this job done? So I need to know what the deliverables are. What are the skills and the strengths I have that I can add to the table? Can I deliver on the results? What is the risk of me not delivering on the results, and why? Is there anything that I could delegate to someone else, or ask someone, one of my peers, to help out, or hire a part-timer or a consultant or a coach to help me overcome this gap? And I've seen this a lot. I've seen it with people around me, with people I've coached, I've mentored. In the beginning, when someone new is hired, the certainty of finding the right person is very high. But what happens over time is you start discovering that once the honeymoon is over, you start discovering the weaknesses and the gaps in these people. And most of the time you discover them when it's too late. I'm always mindful of and worry about and probably overanalyze is how do you manage the right talent that you have, to keep the right talent on board? Because there is always a mix, right? As Steve Jobs in one of his interviews mentions it, there are A players, and A players like to work with A players, but they don't like to work with B and C players. And when I mean by A players and B players and C players, A players is the highest rank in quality. They don't like cutting corners. They like to focus on deliverables, on results. Mindful of the noise that many other colleagues and the environment, the uncertain environment creates. Like, for example, if you have someone, one of your teams or team members is worried about their title and how they're perceived outside versus someone who's dedicating more time to spend with existing customers so they would learn what they need so they sell them more. If you restructure, people who are deliverers, who are A players, would probably be more focused on why did this restructuring happen? How did it impact me? How can I learn from it? How can I capitalize on it? While the B and C players, I would not say probably B, but C players would be people who are probably sulking about the fact that they got restructured, that they have a new boss, or they look at this change as a failure for them. So they'll start lobbying around, sulking, and probably looking for another opportunity, talking badly about your team, about this decision, about your company. So and spreading toxicity in the company. So that's one of the challenges you've got, and for you as a leader, to identify who are the right people you have on board. How do you continue to validate that you have the right people on board? So in my book, Skill Up As You Scale Up, I talk briefly about this, about how you can maintain the culture and the right team, service-driven culture, where everyone thrives, they have the sense of purpose. So, and there is no silver bullet for anything. All you can do is just be aware of where the gaps are, make sure you put the right routines and initiatives in place for you and your team to make sure that you thrive as a team and you deliver as a team. You just minimize the risks and you increase the chances of your success. That's the whole objective of the book, the objective of you as a startup leader, as you're growing with the startup. And you have to be mindful, as soon as you become a bottleneck, or you feel that you're becoming a bottleneck, you need to step aside, learn from it, and then pivot, whether within the same company or join another company with a fresh start. I hope that these tips would be helpful for you as a career advice, and it helps you in progressing your career, whether you're early in your career, whether you're a startup founder or a corporate expert joining a startup as a leader. Thank you everyone, and have a great day.